The phrase "fast women and slow horses will ruin your life" may seem like an ancient saying, but its truth holds strong in modern times. It reflects the hidden dangers behind chasing short-term pleasures and indulging in reckless decisions. Fast women is not merely a reference to people, but a metaphor for the kind of temptations that promise instant gratification, unhealthy relationships, reckless behavior, or any other impulsive actions that offer a fleeting thrill. These temptations may seem harmless at first, but over time they come with significant hidden costs. The excitement they provide is short-lived, but the damage can last a lifetime, undermining our future well-being and success. When we chase these immediate pleasures, we often ignore the long-term consequences. Every indulgence, every moment of recklessness chips away at our potential. What may feel like fun in the moment can leave us burdened with regret and pain later on. The fast-paced excitement that lures us in blinds us to the long road ahead, where the cost of these choices becomes painfully clear. These pleasures rob us of our discipline, leading us down a path of distraction, dissatisfaction, and ultimately self-destruction. It's not just about the pleasure, but the price we pay for it, often too late to turn back. While fast women represents the rush of instant gratification, slow horses symbolize the gradual decline, brought on by bad habits and poor decisions. Unlike the quick thrill of reckless behavior, these choices don't destroy your life all at once. Instead, they eat away at your potential, little by little until the damage is too severe to ignore. Whether it's gambling, substance abuse, procrastination, or any other slow-forming habit, these slow horses gradually erode your happiness, success, and overall well-being. They aren't as obvious or dramatic as reckless pleasures, but their impact is just as devastating over time. The real danger with these habits is their subtlety. Might not notice the effects at first. And because the consequences don't hit immediately, it's easy to justify continuing down the same path just one more time. We tell ourselves until that one more time becomes a pattern. And the pattern becomes a way of life. Bit by bit, we lose control of our future. The small choices that seem insignificant in the moment accumulate into significant obstacles that are nearly impossible to overcome. By the time we realize the depth of the problem, it's often too late to undo the damage. One of the biggest dangers of indulging in these temptations is the vicious cycle of self-sabotage they create. Once we start chasing fast thrills or letting slow habits take root, it becomes harder to break free. For example, someone who continually seeks the excitement of unhealthy relationships might find themselves caught in a loop of dissatisfaction. The more they chase superficial connections, the more they miss out on genuine fulfillment. Over time, this leaves them feeling empty and lost, constantly searching for something real but unable to escape the cycle they've created. Likewise, the slow horses of procrastination or bad habits can lead us into a downward spiral where each poor decision reinforces the next. Every time we give in to laziness, gambling, or any other bad habit, we make it harder to pull ourselves out. The deeper we fall into these traps, the more difficult it becomes to regain control of our lives. We end up sabotaging our goals and dreams, not because we lack potential, but because we've allowed these destructive patterns to dominate our choices. It's a slow, painful descent that can feel impossible to reverse. The consequences of giving in to these temptations aren't just temporary. They leave a lasting impact that can be difficult, if not impossible, to reverse. The immediate pleasure or relief we experience from fast thrills or slow habits quickly fades, but the damage they cause lingers. For instance, an unhealthy relationship may offer excitement in the beginning, but it often leads to emotional damage, broken trust, and wasted time. These are losses we can't easily recover, and they leave scars that affect our future relationships and decisions similarly. The long-term effects of habits like procrastination, substance abuse, or reckless spending can be crippling. These slow horses gradually pull us further from our goals, making it harder to achieve success or even maintain stability in our lives. The worst part is that we often don't realize how deep we're sinking until it's too late. By the time the consequences are fully visible, we've already lost valuable time, resources, and opportunities. Reversing the damage becomes a massive challenge, one that requires immense effort and sacrifice, if it's even possible at all. What makes these destructive choices even more dangerous is their ability to affect not just us, but the people around us. When we fall into the traps of fast thrills or bad habits, the consequences ripple outward, impacting our family, friends, and community. Our poor decisions can strain relationships, create financial burdens, and cause emotional distress to those who care about us. The pain we experience doesn't stay confined to us. It spreads, creating a legacy of regret that extends far beyond ourselves. For instance, someone who gambles away their savings or indulges in substance abuse may not only ruin their own life, but also leave their family struggling with the aftermath. Similarly, unhealthy relationships or reckless behavior can leave emotional scars on others, damaging trust and causing long-lasting harm. The ripple effect of these choices can be devastating, affecting future generations and creating a cycle of pain that's difficult to break. What might seem like a personal indulgence can, in fact, create waves of suffering for those closest to us. Breaking free from the allure of fast thrills and slow declines requires one key element: discipline. Discipline is the foundation of a fulfilling life, allowing us to make the right choices, even when they're difficult. It's not about avoiding pleasure altogether, but about choosing the pleasures that align with our long-term goals and values. Discipline helps us resist the temptations that lead to self-destruction and stay focused on the things that truly matter. It empowers us to see beyond the immediate gratification and make decisions that ensure lasting success and happiness. Building discipline isn't easy, but it's possible. It starts with self-awareness, recognizing the temptations that are pulling us off track, and being honest with ourselves about our weaknesses. From there, it's about setting clear goals for the future and using those goals as a compass for daily decisions. Every time we face a temptation, we can ask ourselves, does this help me become the person I want to be? If the answer is no, then discipline gives us the strength to say no and keep moving forward on the right path. Through discipline, we reclaim control over our lives, break free from self-sabotage, and set ourselves up for a future filled with purpose and fulfillment.